Tell One, bringing you together.
Our viewers of Entrepreneurship TV across the world, welcome Dynamic Ish. Dynamic Ish is a martial arts trainer. He is also an entrepreneur who has been involved in tourism as well as consultancy. Whilst we have been talking to a number of different entrepreneurs in the past, we have decided to talk to a different type of an entrepreneur. Dynamic Ish is a Nigerian based in the UK. He's going to talk to us in terms of how he started his entrepreneurship journey. Dynamic Ish, welcome to the program.
Hello, Shepherd. How you doing? Very, very nice to see you eventually, virtually.
Thank you very much.
Very well, thank you. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Dynamic Ish, on this program, we try to inspire and motivate a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs as well as those that are running their own businesses. May I take this opportunity to afford you this time to talk to us in terms of how did you start your own business?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing great today. Dynamic Ish here. This is how I open. Dynamic Ish here. Anyway, nice people. So, I started out as a kid. My entrepreneurship journey started out as a kid who was a little bit unruly. So to cut long story short, I was as a child, I wanted to run around and play all day. I wanted to just have fun and do the things that I liked. So as a child, I was good with fine art. I could draw. I was very good at drawing. I was very creative as well. I used to get a few slaps from my mom for bringing home a load of junk because every time I was out, I saw probably something, a piece of stick or a piece of metal or a piece of plastic, and I thought I could make something with that. I always dragged them home. So, you know, I ended up creating a lot of things. And so in my adult life, when it got to time to, my parents said like, no, well, not in my adult life, when it was time to go to higher institution, university time, my parents said, what do you want to do? So I was thinking to myself, what can I do that would be, for me, fun, number one, and two, easy, okay? Now, when I say easy, it doesn't mean I don't like hard work. It just meant easy with regards to something that I could do and enjoy. I could do maths and biology and chemistry and all that. I wasn't very good at physics. But I had to struggle. I had to read. I had to concentrate, and I had to put an effort to be good at these subjects. But when it came to designing stuff, creating stuff, making stuff, being creative, crafty, and an artisan, I was flawless. So I thought to go to Polytechnic, and I studied art and design in Nigeria. Now, all through my childhood as well, I was bullied a little bit. So, and I was very tiny. I was a little bit mouthy, but nothing there. So I got slapped a lot. And I thought to myself, I saw Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon when I was 7 years old. So it kind of, I thought, wow, I want to be like him. So it sparked my interest in martial arts. So two things I started doing, yeah? My parents wouldn't let me do any martial arts because, you know, African parents, they'll be like, read your books, read your books, read your books. Anyway, I just watched the movies and trained myself, So this is, these two things, yeah, being crafty and artistic, and also having the mindset of a training person. Even if I wasn't a proper martial artist then, these two things have made me today dynamic-ish. For instance, I decided to go further with my knowledge of design and into the tourism industry. So when I came to England, I studied events and experience design, which afforded me the capability to come up with concepts and designs for all kinds of events and all kinds of occasions. And as well, I spent a little stint in Nigeria where I worked as a manager of a tourism resort. So, you know, I wanted to expand on that knowledge as well with tourism, and which is why I went back and studied this course. And then when I came to England as well, I took a little time. Well, I joined the club and I started to practice the sport of kickboxing. It took me about just over a year from when I came to this country. I came to England, left Nigeria, I came to England when I was about 20. So I started kickboxing in just about a year and something like that, a year plus. I became English champion. I won, you know, subsequent titles. I became English champion. I became British champion. I became a top European contender. I got in a few music videos with people like Wyclef Jean and so on. I got in a couple of British gangster movies as well. And I started teaching. I started teaching in 2001, and the rest is history.
Thanks very much for that brief background you have given us there. Now, for a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, a lot of people think of other conservative, well-known businesses. What's your take if somebody is going to start and develop himself in kickboxing?
I would refer to, it's very simple, the way I've put it, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I'm speaking for Dynamic-ish, yeah. I didn't plan, okay? I didn't plan to grow up to become a designer. I didn't plan to grow up to become a kickboxing champion. I wished for it, because every time I got beaten up as a child, I was thinking, one day I'm going to be strong and one day I'm going to get you back. So that was a childhood wish, okay? But I didn't just wish for things, yeah? I got involved with my passion. I kept at it. Okay, let me tell you this, yeah? There was a time as well in my life where I didn't make any money whatsoever from martial arts or kickboxing. And a lot of people will say to me, why don't you get a real job? Why don't you go and do something useful? Like, I mean, yeah, kickboxing, how long are you going to be kickboxing for? And then, you know, your career is going to end soon. And then what do you do after? What I do after is exactly what I'm doing now. Even better than what I was doing when I was fighting. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you know, you mentioned how does someone start a career in kickboxing? Start practicing. I don't want to focus on kickboxing. I don't want to focus on, I want to focus on anything. What is your passion? Do you like to cook? Do you like to clean? Even if you're sweeping the floor. You think it's a joke? You think it's a joke? You're sweeping the floor today. Tomorrow, 10 different people are sweeping 10 different houses for you. What do you like to do? Do you like to wash plates? Do you like to paint houses? It doesn't matter what you like to do. Concentrate on it. Practice, practice, practice. Now, you don't practice a thing, yeah? I'm saying this because I've got the mindset of, you know, a budding businessman, but I've also got the mindset of a martial artist, and they're interwoven. So they both assist each other in my world. So the principles from one, I can carry on to the other. Now, check this out. I don't say to my students when you're learning to punch that, learn this punch when you know how to do it, and then you can stop. We don't stop practicing because we know how to do something. I say to my students, continue to practice until it is impossible for you to get it wrong. Now, it doesn't matter what you do. If you sweep the floor and that's your job, if you're the best sweeper around, yes, everyone will come to you. That's all I'm going to say. Forget kickboxing. Let's take cleaning the floor. If you're the best cleaner of the floor, fine. You're cleaning the floor today, one day. Next day, you have 100 people cleaning 100 different floors for you. That's how you start off in business. Focus on your passion. What do you like to do? You know, and someone say to you, I like to play football. Yeah, but I'm never going to get in the Premiership. So you could become a coach. Do you know what I mean? Face your passion and become good at what you do. Now, I'm not telling you that everyone's going to make it and everyone's going to be successful. It really depends on how hard you want to work. How hard do you want to work? There are tons of people that done kickboxing. While I was doing kickboxing, my first fight was in 1998. My first fight, yeah, funny enough, yeah, the guy I fought in 1998 in November for my first fight, that was my first fight. That was his first fight. But guess what? That was his last fight as well. He never fought ever again because I knocked him out terribly. And, you know, he just thought to myself, kickboxing is not for me. But that was the birth of the journey of a kickboxing champion. How was he to know that? He didn't know, and neither did I. I went into that ring for the first time, terrified. I was afraid. But as it happened, how do you know about a thing until you try? You got to give it your all. That's all I got to say about that.
Ish, we are going to go for a very short break. We'll be back very soon. To our viewers across the globe, keep watching. We'll be back again.
Success for Tel 1 means success for businesses, government departments, and all our residential clients, bringing into play a digitally enabled society by 2023. Tel 1 offers superfast, affordable, and dedicated internet services across the country over fiber, copper, or satellite to meet the customer's needs, location, and budget. All of this can be secured with virtual private networks. Cloud services and the data center allow you, our customers, to store, manage, and disseminate all your data in a state-of-the-art private facility. Business Talk has become more affordable with our voice over internet protocol. VoIP allows you to make voice calls using any broadband internet connection and has massive potential savings as a cheaper mode of communication, making business processes more efficient and profitable. The use of unified business communication for our corporate clients offers a competitive advantage by managing multiple tools such as phone, video conferencing, email, customer service, and more. Stay connected all the time and bring your business up to speed with Tel 1. Tel 1, bringing you together.
Across the globe, welcome back to the show where we're talking to Dynamic Ish. Dynamic Ish is telling us about his journey. We are back again to talk to him as we continue talking about entrepreneurship. Welcome back, Ish.
How you doing?
I'm great. Ish, you have talked to us in terms of picking on kickboxing as a career. Now I would want to find out from you, at one time you were a champion. What do you attribute to your quick rise to championship?
I won my first English kickboxing title in 1998. Yeah, and sorry, in 1999. But my first fight was in 98. My first fight, 98. First title, 99. I think it was something like that. I don't know if you can see it properly. Anyway, that was my first belt. So, like I said, this is a crazy story. When I was a child in Nigeria, and I saw Kickboxer by Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? Then I was practicing karate. I was about 16, 17, but I was practicing karate with some guy who was teaching me. God rest his soul, dead now. But there was no kickboxing. I saw the film and I thought, wow, this is amazing. I would love to do that. And then went around the country, made inquiries. No kickboxing in Nigeria. No kickboxing whatsoever. So that was that. But when I came to England, right, and joined the club, right, it took a year, like you say. What's responsible for my quick rise? After watching kickboxing in Nigeria and didn't find any kickboxing clubs, yeah, I made my own punch bags. I hung them at the back of my father's house, and I was kicking and punching all day long. I would watch the films. I would practice myself. I had no coach. So when I came to England and I joined the club, in about 6 months, I was kind of better than most of the people in there. So, you know, a year later, I had my first fight. Yes, I had my first fight in 98. In 99, I won my first title. So I had my first fight in 98, had lots of other fights. I mean, I got a world record. I've got a world record of 10.4 seconds. I demolished a German with the very first punch. I mean, I was quite lucky with my career. When I say lucky, I had some skill, but I had a lot of luck as well. I knocked almost everyone out. So, you know, I didn't go in there and hang around all day. I was like, boom, round one, out, round two, out, round one, out. So I had a talent for it. Like I said, the first time I stepped in the ring, I was terrified. I didn't quite know what was going to happen. But first time round, second time round, third time round, fourth time round, thinking, wow, I might be good at this. Wow, is this me? You know, anyway. So how I got to championship level real quick, work. Your talent, whatever talent it is you have, yeah, it's useless if you do not work at it. It doesn't matter how talented you are. If you do not practice, someone with less talent is gonna whoop your ass. Now, here's what I did, okay? I would go to the club and I would do my training twice a week. Was that enough? Of course not. So you go to the club and train on a Tuesday and a Thursday. But every other day, I train myself. Now, the difference is some people go to the club, Tuesday is kickboxing, Thursday is kickboxing, twice a week. And then all the other days of the week, they forget and do something else, right? Now, because I was obsessed, that's what it was. It was an obsession. I lost quite a lot of girlfriends for that. Because when I got back home, I would say to her, oh, could you hold this pad, please? Let me punch it. Or could you hold this pad, please? Let me kick it. And, you know, so they all left me. But you know what? I didn't care because, you know, I had my eye on a goal. So, you know, I was obsessed. And I practiced, and I got it. That's how.
Thank you very much, Dynamic Ish, for that. Now I'm going to try and take you off a bit from your martial arts and trainings. You were at one time involved with tourism and hospitality as well as events management. Could you briefly tell us in terms of available opportunities in the tourism and hospitality industry?
The tourism industry is probably one of the biggest industries in the whole world. There is room for everybody, and there is a space for everything. And I'm not just saying this. I mean, when I say a room for everybody and a space for everything, we're talking about tourism is life. Tourism is life. So, you know, whatever it is you do, yeah, think about it. What's tourism? I could be going from here to the next town. I'm a tourist. Or I could be going from here to Zimbabwe. I'm a tourist, right? I could be going to the next building. I'm a tourist. So in the tourism industry, yeah, you know, a lot of people like to think about hotels, airline, flight. You know, the woman selling the food down there at the corner of the road, that's tourism. Because when people come, right, from all kinds of places, a foreigner comes in and says, right, I want to eat the local food. They go in there. That's tourism. So opportunities in tourism are limitless. What do you want to do? What do you enjoy? I can't really tell. I can't come out with a list to reel off the opportunities in tourism. What is it you do? You tell me. Just name anything. What? Are you a cook? A chef? You're in there. What do? You sew? Are you a tailor? You're in there. What? Costumes? What do you want to do? Are you a builder? Do you build houses? Film sets, film stage, stage shows, theaters. What else do you like? Do you like to sing? Whoa, that's tourism. What? Do you like to dance? That's tourism. What else do you like to do? Tell me anything. I'll point out how it relates to the tourist industry. So the opportunities are endless. Okay, let me give you a little story. A little while back in 2000 from about 2007 to 2010, I worked at Lacampine Tropicana Beach Resort. Now, this was a very pristine and beautiful place. I believe it really still is. I believe it still is. It's a beach resort in Nigeria. So I was activities manager over there. Now, I was in charge of, I and a friend of mine, Ora Ataguba, she might be on here. Now, here's what. Yeah. There were like 100 plus people working at that place that we managed, right? There was everything. There was people sweeping the floor. There was people cleaning the floor. There was people playing the saxophone. There was people in the kitchen. You had people cleaning the swimming pool. You had you know, lifeguards, you know, you had all kinds of things. So, and it was beautiful out there. You know, it was right by the Atlantic, and it gave me an opportunity. That was my entry. It gave me an opportunity into tourism, and I've never, you know, I've never looked back since.
Thank you very much for that, Ish. My next question was going to focus on the pandemic, COVID-19, and I had actually said, do you think this is going to be a new normal? If it is going to be a new normal, do you see the tourism sector recovering from this?
Well, unfortunately, unfortunately, I don't think COVID is just going to disappear. So we're going to have to contend with this for a while. You know, like, no one's talking about HIV anymore. It still exists, doesn't it? So when you say a new normal, it's not meant to scare anyone, really, because come think about it, HIV was a serious problem many years ago, and all of a sudden, it's a bit dwindling away now. Yeah, living with it is not a problem. The tourism industry, you know, will come up with stringent measures, you know, to deal with whatever arises as a result of what's going on now. But yeah, you see, as humans, yeah, we're adaptable. We're adaptable. If someone had told you, well, even just in December, that, you know, yeah, 3 months of this year, you're not going to go anywhere. Everyone's going to stay indoors. You won't believe it, would you? We're adaptable. We can do anything. If our new normal will become our normal, whatever it is. You see, things like that don't bother me. Things that I cannot influence, things that I cannot change, yeah, I don't think about them too much. Whatever the government decide, yeah, when they're done, they tell us, we continue. I don't want people, don't worry yourselves, man. Don't worry yourselves.
Dynamic Ish, coming back to your favorite martial arts and the fitness consultancy. I know for a lot of people, they may not have known a lot about it, and those that may be aspiring to get into this type of business, what are the available opportunities that one can pursue when it comes to martial arts as well as fitness training consultancy?
I'll start with like a fitness consultant. To be a fitness consultant, you need education, really. Basically, you need to be educated. And there's a thing, like I've got a level 4 diploma in personal training. Now, personal training is just that, someone who trains people at gym, yeah? But, you know, there's level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 2 is a gym instructor. Gym instructor is level 2. Okay. Now, if you want to equip yourself with the knowledge to become a trainer, yes, listen to Dynamic Ish. Do a level 2 gym instructor's course. You can do it online. Yeah. And it's a certificate. It's a diploma that's recognized worldwide. And the good thing about this is, yeah, it's a certificate that you have to have, a diploma that you have to have. Yeah. And funny enough, it doesn't take long. You know, if you went to a classroom to study, it will take you about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks to get a level 2, depending on, you know, how fast your tutor is handling things. It will take you about 6 weeks to get a level 2, and another few weeks to get the level 3, and another few weeks to get level 4. So let's just say, in total, yeah, maybe between 3 and 6 months, depending on how aggressive you are with your learning strategy, yeah, you could be equipped. Now, what you get from that, yeah, is priceless. It's like gold dust, because it doesn't matter, yeah, that you have been to university to study sports science. If you come out of university as a sports scientist, after spending 4 years in university, yeah, you still have to come to me, yes, and do this 6 weeks course. So this is your way in to becoming a personal trainer. And the good thing about this diploma is, go to Australia, you're a personal trainer. Go to New Zealand, you're a personal trainer. It's recognized worldwide. Go to America, you're a personal. Go to Nigeria, you're a personal trainer. You see that thing? You have it, boom. It's there. It's worldwide, it's recognized. So it's powerful. It's powerful. It's not like, yeah, I'm a personal trainer. Where's the certificate? Oh, that one's Nigerian. No, it's not a Nigerian certificate. It's not a UK. It's a worldwide. So that's your way in. That's your entry. With regards to that's being a personal trainer. So you can up your levels as a personal trainer. Level 2, level 3, which I started with as a personal training. And then you can go level 4 and add on. What you want to add on is up to you. Some people would say, I want to specialize in lower back pain. Lower back pain management. You can add that on. Another extra weeks. If you want to specialize in, say, like I did, as a life coach, you can add that on. If you want to specialize in nutrition, you can add that on. Okay, so that's your way into becoming a personal trainer. Yeah. If you want to become a martial arts instructor, there's only one way to do it. Become a martial artist. Yes. You cannot teach something you don't know. You know, being a martial artist, being a martial arts instructor is not a job. Don't get it twisted. You can make money from it, but it is not a job. It is a passion. It is a lifestyle. Okay. So, you know, that is a whole different level. Because when I started out as a martial artist, I wasn't practicing as a young boy and thinking one day I'm going to be rich. No, I was only thinking, yeah, one day no one's going to beat me up anymore. You know, so that's different. That was passion. And then I got to a stage where now, oh, Hassan, come here, real quick, come here, real quick. Now, not only do I train myself and tons of other people, I train this little battle angel as well. So it's a passion for me. Say hello. Hello. Go on then. So it's a passion for me, you know what I mean? And then become a martial artist. Then you can become a martial arts instructor. That's the easiest one. Yeah? When I say easiest one, easiest answer. Yes? Not the easiest outcome.
Dynamic-ish, we're just going to find out from you the vision board. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
You know what? I absolutely love this question, and I'm going to shock you. Okay? I don't answer this question like anyone else answers it. Okay? I answer it dynamically. In 5 years' time, I see myself as being very happy. Now, that is the future I see for myself. I'm spontaneous. I'm dynamic. Yes. A lot of times people ask me, Ish, what are you doing? What are you doing 2 weeks' time? I said, damn, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. Why are you going to ask me what I'm doing in 2 weeks' time? So if you say to me, like, of course, don't get me wrong. I've got a little book where at the start of the year, I write things down. I write like 100 things down from January. Yeah. You know, like people go and make a new year resolution. It's not like that. It's a list that I put down in January and say, right, 100 things. When I write that, these are the things I want to do. Now, it might be as outlandish. Now, this is a good one. Take this away, everyone. Take this away, everyone. It might be as outlandish. Like, I want to go to Mars. Write it down. No matter. I want a Rolls Royce. Yeah. If you're that way inclined, or just write it down. Just write it down. No matter. Now, sometime during the year, 100 things, anything. I want to see my kids more. I want to improve my relationship with my dad. I want to get a dog. Just write it down. Think about things that are going to make you happy. So what do you dream about? You know, write it down. Just write it down. And then come a few months later, without even, you know, pick it up and look at it. And you should be like, wow, I've done that one. I've done that one. I haven't done that one though. I haven't done that one. And then you cancel them out. So in terms of where would I be, or where do I see myself in 5 years' time? I see myself being happy because there's so many things, over 100 things. Yeah, when I cancel things, I write new things on. So all these things I'm writing are things that I desire, I dream about, and I think, right, my life would be perfect if I had this, or my life would be perfect if I did. Not just have. Do also, not have and have and have. Because they say do more to have more. Do more to have more. So it's not all about I wish I had this. Sometimes I just want to go somewhere. I want to go to the Taj Mahal. I want to see that. Those are some of my life goals. I want to see certain places. I want to go I want to go to Easter Island and see them big rocks standing somewhere, so in 5 years' time, cut long story short, I see myself happy. Pay attention to your list. Pay attention to your list. That will bring you happiness.
Dynamic Ish, thanks very much for the time that we've had. Your last word then to our viewers across the globe. What is it that you want to tell them in terms of running businesses, entrepreneurship, but not only that, for them also to pick from some of these professions where one can even be a martial artist?
Of course. You see, like the martial arts world, in general, yeah. If you are in a rut, and you find yourself not happy with the circumstance you find yourself, you need to get up and go. You need to get up and go. Okay? It's all very well to seek for help, but you are in the best position to sort yourself out. I know. Sometimes it's hell. It's hell. You feel like, you're like, everyone says, yeah, okay, take one step at a time. And you're thinking, I can't even take the first step. Well, as long as you're breathing, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. Now, as a martial artist, like I say, if you want to have a career in martial arts, become a martial artist. Now, as a martial artist, yeah, opening a club and teaching, that's just a tiny facet of what you can do as a martial artist with your skills, with your prowess. Now, in my case, I've been fortunate to have, the kind of career I had behind me and a reputation, so to speak, and a certain kind of following. So, I'm doing a lot of charity work with my, my privilege. I'm doing a lot of charity work with my privilege, and so if you can build up to a voice, yes, if you can build a voice up that resonates with a large audience, you can use it for so many things. Okay, now you could be. Look, Nollywood. Look at Africa, the huge movie industry in Africa. Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, I just wasn't in Nigeria when all this, but a martial artist like myself, like you guys go to your film industry and make it explosive. There is so much you can do. Yeah, like martial artists, even if you train as a martial artist, yeah, you are kind of you're kind of a beacon to others, because training martial arts is not just about this. It has a lot to do with your mindset. So like I was trying to say earlier, if as a martial artist over here and as an entrepreneur over here, with principles that I get from being a martial artist about determination and never give up, all these things, I transfer them into other aspects of my life. So, if I'm here like in the ring and I'm fighting and someone's smashing me up and I'm covering up myself, I'm thinking, I'm not giving up, and I'm fighting back. Same, just like you go in an office, you're trying to negotiate a deal, they're pushing you into a corner and say, no, I'm not having this, I'm not signing that paper. And it's, you got to transfer what you get from one aspect of your life into the other and make synergy, okay? That's my message.
Dynamic Ish, I'm very grateful for the time that we have had. To our viewers across the globe, Dynamic Ish is also available on YouTube. He also is training a lot of people on martial arts. But I'm very happy that for the first time we have spoken to him. he has also opened our eyes in terms of what other available opportunities that people can look at when it comes to development of your own businesses and entrepreneurship. To those that are aspiring to run their own businesses, there is an opportunity, there is another alternative, there is another option. May you continue to watch our shows as we continue to bring you, as we continue to inspire you, and we continue to make sure that your entrepreneurship journeys are actually informative and you gain a lot of knowledge from our platform. Dynamic Ish, thank you very much for the time that we've had. Wish to connect with you again very soon.
My pleasure. Speak to you soon, Shepherd. Everyone, have a nice day. Dynamic Ish here.
Tell One, bringing you together.